Hello, possible users of Find Good Music. I've made this website and I really think it's cool, and I'm not cool, obviously. I'm a bit of a... I don't really get along with people very well, but I've made this site for people and I hope someone enjoys it. I've had some friends that already enjoy it a lot, but I get the feeling no one really still sees the potential of this. So I'd like crowdfunding because this is an idea that has evolved over about a year now. It's a musical idea. It includes all cultures sort of thing. Like it helps expose music from cultures that people wouldn't have otherwise heard. And I think that's a great way for people to come together. People and animals to come together. And other animals. Here's our two beautiful girls. And I've been working hard on this and haven't been able to earn a living at all. I've tried doing market stalls and selling books and things. Nothing's really worked. And it'd be good to be able to support my family as well a little bit. So anyway, I'll show you the site. It's basically really simple. So you've got a computer with a blank window or whatever. You go up to the address bar and you type findgoodmusic.com. Okay, so findgoodmusic.com. You type that in and it's pretty quick now. So I've been paying a host so that it can be quick for everybody, which is not cheap either. So it would be good to have some support, you know. I haven't received any donations or anything for this site yet. What you can see is basically a search. So this will search SoundCloud. It's a website that's supposedly the biggest audio file sharing site on the whole internet. So it would be good if people could realise that. Here we go. I've made a search engine for SoundCloud, the world's largest audio platform. So if you can imagine what that could entail. Alright, so I'll just show you quickly how it can be used to find tracks on SoundCloud that maybe you never would have thought of. So look at this. I'll type in Bob Marley, and instantly it already starts showing you what options there are. They drop down in this list, and it's famous remixes for Bob Marley and stuff. Anyway, we just click search. You can find official tracks using that as well. Okay, and then you let the page reload. Normally takes about 2 seconds. See, now it'll take you to the Bob Marley section, where it shows you some details about each track. And if you scroll down, there's usually hundreds of results. And it's all tailored to Bob Marley. So that's the 16th most popular track on SoundCloud at the moment that features the tags, or it's in the title. It says Bob Marley. So as you can see, Bob Marley and the Wailers. So it's really cool what you can do. So anyway, this is now a radio playlist. And if you go back to the first one, you have a look. It's a remix. We don't want that. So we can actually start wherever we want. There's play buttons beside each track. So the second one looks official. Bob Marley, Is This Love? We click that. And instantly you've got the jukebox part of the site, which is a radio player. And there you go. So that's an example of how quick it was to find an original track from Bob Marley. And now if you leave this play, it'll keep playing through all these tracks on this previous page. So it's great for even finding art for certain artists, you know, because you can type in any artist and it'll find all this artwork. It's really amazing. Okay, so just to give you an idea, so you've got music playing. Hey girls, the dogs are going crazy. No fighting. Hey, you're going to be on YouTube. No fighting, girls. Calm down. Hey, be good, girls. No, you're the one starting this. Oh, they're crazy. Okay, so just to show you, so where I've typed Bob Marley in the search, if you go back there, you could just as easily type Roots Reggae. Okay, you can type Roots Reggae and click the search button, and it'll then do what it did with Bob Marley for the whole Roots Reggae genre on SoundCloud. which is pretty cool. And it'll actually do it for thousands of genres on SoundCloud. So we think that's pretty good. So I'll just turn Bob down for a few seconds. So yeah, look, here's Roots Reggae. You can see that it's found a whole host of different artists from SoundCloud. You can see over here it goes for 1.19, so it's not very clear. That actually means it goes for 1.19 hours. So if we click play on that, it'll, in the same radio window from before with the jukebox, you've now got access to the set. So yeah, you can, just like SoundCloud, you can zoom through or whatever, and we'll turn it up a bit for you. So you've instantly got a lot of music to listen to, which is really cool. And that works for any genre. People would wonder, well, does it work for rock and roll? Does it work for pop music or dance music or electronica? It most certainly does. It works for every single musical flavour you can imagine. I've created you can browse by year or browse by genre. Like, just to give you an idea, if you want music from, say you want a 50s feel or whatever, look, you just have to come here, select the year you want. We want 1950, so we'll select 195, so that'll include 1951 through to 1959, and I've programmed a special algorithm. As you can see, this has come up, and it was released from the years 1950 to 1973. So it's great for finding specific sounds. You know, you could leave this playing for an hour or 5 hours or 2 weeks, and it'll just keep playing tracks from the 50s. So and what happens is if you wait for a track to end, just to give you an idea. Sorry for skipping the song there, artists. It was sounding nice. There's a lot of traditional folk sort of world music on here, which is people could really, really enjoy using this, I think. And it also has university lectures and everything. Look at this, the national anthem of the Soviet Union from 1955 to 1977. So you can see why it found that, you know, it was in the 50s when that anthem was done. Okay, you keep going. Now, it's got a soundtrack from 1950. So you see what I'm saying. You can hear the character of the time. It'll find it for you. It's like a big jukebox. If that's not good enough, you know, I've actually made a jukebox. So you can come in here and you see all the artists here. I originally got these from the Rolling Stone Top 500 Artists. And then I started extending into other lists as well of artists. So it's really amazing, you know, what it can find. A lot of the time it'll find remixes and things, but a lot of the time it will also find amazing tracks that you'd just be really surprised that they're on SoundCloud. So let's see, Steve Miller Band. Okay, so I've clicked Steve Miller Band. Now we basically, hey, get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. Who's guilty? You're guilty. Get out of there. Oh, guilty doggy. Hey, caught for the camera. Caught for the camera with a bag of chip packet over your head. My coconut. Wow, you started the chip packet. What did you have to do with this? You had anything to do with it? Oh. Okay, so in the background the site did its magic. And look, instantly we got Steve Miller Band, Take the Money and Run. And it's a remix, so it's a really popular remix that's on SoundCloud. Now you could click this and go to the track on SoundCloud. As you can see, there's the SoundCloud address. So it's not like any of that's hidden, you know, it really opens SoundCloud up. It's like a neural network for SoundCloud that's unofficial. And I made it, but nobody seems to believe what's possible here. So, you know, what I think would be good if some crowdfunding money came in was, you know, in the future where we always think if you could clap and then the walls turn into like a rainforest and you hear birds and the rainforest and so forth. Wouldn't it be great if we could do voice recognition with this site that I've made, using the algorithms I've made in the PHP programming languages and a few other languages like JavaScript, Ajax, some HTML coding, MySQL, PHP MyAdmin. These are some of the things I've been using. So what if we could do voice recognition just for this site, turn it into an app or something for mobiles, and instantly someone in their house could connect this little app and they could say, I want to listen to waterfall. They could just say it, and then in their whole house it would sound like a waterfall. Or I feel like listening to animals, and it'll just suddenly be playing through all recordings of animals from all over the world. Or I want to listen to some classic rock from the 70s, and instantly it's playing. It's the future, I think. This is where technology's going. And take the money and run. Not a very good song for crowdfunding. Being is it? It's almost like life's against me, but I've been working hard on this. So much so that now, say you want a track and it's not in there, we've tried Bob Marley, it's found 1,600 tracks relating to Bob Marley, so it's doing pretty good, because there's over nearly 1.5 million tracks in the whole database. Okay, so if it didn't find anything for Bob Marley, you could press this tracks button, and it will happen. You'll be looking stuff up, and it will basically, so what this part of the site does is you can type in the artist or the track name, and it'll go and look on SoundCloud and get the latest results. Because the other part of the site I was showing you is a database that I've been building over 9 months. And it's I've got robots that go onto the SoundCloud site and request track information. And it's all legal, and it can even be used for downloading. People can click a download only button on these searches, and suddenly they've got one of the internet's largest either sample search engine, because I've built in sample search capability. I was actually contacted by a business. Come on, Nala. Sorry, on the bed. I was actually contacted by a business. Nala, on the bed. They're not behaving very well, sorry. Not behaving very well at all. So I was actually contacted by a businessman. They wanted to use the sample side of the site. I've decided to keep going on my own for now, but I'd like some possible funding where I could keep creative control and basically employ others that I know are capable. Because I've done programming at university and stuff. I didn't finish, but I left to start a web development business. Well, a business that was centered around a website, and we spent over $30,000 on the website. Now I've made this all from it, in Notepad pretty much. So I'd know who to select, who could really help graphic designers, maybe 2 or 3 programmers and graphic designers. But I'd want the good people, they'd charge $700-800 a week. And I reckon within 3 to 4 months, we could have something that can really challenge some of the internet's biggest file audio sharing websites. Because if I could do this much already, just on my own, if some other people start supporting this venture, then I think anything's possible. So, basically, if you can think of any track names or anything, this site's great. Even if you can't, it's got a jukebox and it's got suggestible genres. So just to finish it off, these doggies are getting in the way now. Get a bit annoying. I'm trying to do a video, doggies. Okay, so say you didn't find what you're looking for there, on all this sort of stuff. That's a funny one. There's these suggestion boxes here. So say you're looking for world music. Gypsy rock, gypsy folk, world fusion, gypsy swing, world beat. Basically, I've got the database to spit out everything that's related to the world music scenes. And so, world psychedelic, klezmer, there's lots of Jewish, Arabic, Middle Eastern, South American, North African sort of music in here. Basically, it's got music from everywhere. So basically, it tells you how many tracks are under each of those. So there's 5 for Electronic World. The further you go up, there's 291 tracks for Gypsy Jazz. So World Jazz, you could go, and it'll keep playing, as you can hear, to the next one. So here's another Steve Miller Band remix. But don't get me wrong, this thing can be used to find the originals just as easily. The remixes are usually the most popular at the top, but you could start from track 3 or track 4, and it's usually the original tracks. And in a lot of cases, it's actually tracks that are quite rare, and the producer has uploaded them to some SoundCloud account somewhere, and no one even knows it's there. But this site crawls SoundCloud, and much in the same way Google crawls websites, and it finds audio. And then it brings it back into this site, and then I make algorithms which bring that information together. So, for example, every genre on this site, there's nowhere on SoundCloud where those tracks are joined together in that way. So, in my opinion, it is the first sort of... Well, SoundCloud does have genres and groups, but... it does have genres and groups, but... This is still unique, what I'm doing here, and I think it's worth people getting involved with, and I really would like people to more understand how the site works and get the same benefits that I've been blessed with from it. Because music, to me, was something that was sort of half important. I always loved the music, but getting to hear all of the music that this site has thrown at me, it's really changed my life. It's changed who I am, and I think the world needs more music, more good music. So, wish me luck, and I wish you luck as well, and maybe we can work together. Thank you. Bye-bye.